Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What's going on, y'all? And happy May the 4th. What are we doing, Jerry? How are you doing, dude?
We're here, man. Here we are, May the 4th, already. Can you believe it?
Yep.
Like
Unreal.
we're like,
we got so much.
All right, cool. Yeah.
We've got so much to look forward to today. Obviously, we're recording this the night before, so I'm just super excited to even be able to celebrate this with people that have been listening to the Bombadcast, Jerry, for almost 3 years. Think about that.
You are gluttons for punishment, and we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Okay.
It's a weird thing, but look, I wanted to show this real quick. Look at our May the 4th banner. Look how nice this is.
Look at that banner.
We've got our Hyperfocus logo, our Bombad Gaming logo, which will be happening tonight, by the way. We'll be playing we'll be playing some fun games. Stay Bombad Icy logo, the Stay Bombad Bahu Blast logo in honor of Jerry's father. And of course, we've got our Bombadcast logo. May the 4th be with everyone. Jerry.
The original, the GOAT.
Yes, Gerald.
Yes.
You're the GOAT. What are you doing?
I was talking about our old logo, but
today.
What am I doing tomorrow?
Or today, really, because it's supposed to be. It's dropping.
I was gonna say we've kind of ruined we've broken the fourth wall here, Scotty.
That's okay.
No, what am I doing today, Scotty? Well, after this mini episode, I'm probably going to watch a Star Wars. I'm probably going to talk with my Star Wars friends. You know, there's a lot. We've got like a Book of Boba Fett gallery that's out today, right?
Can't wait for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be so good.
We also have that new Obi-Wan comic coming out as well today, which is going to be obviously canon, which is pretty cool. I know our buddy Alden sent like a kind of like message, like, what are we getting tomorrow?
Sent a list.
Here's what we're doing. Newest episode of the finale, actually, of Moon Knight today, which is not Star Wars related, but something to look forward to as well.
We dabble in other nerd areas. We dabble in other corners and stuff. And in fact, tomorrow you can actually expect our review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
So,
oh my God.
Ready for that?
That is also something that's huge to me.
But not May the 4th. But anyway, we're
Jerry,
nerds.
Do you remember we were recording with my cousin Troy Jarrow, whose birthday it is today, by the way? Happy birthday, Troy. May the 4th. Oh, I'm so excited.
May the 4th
do you remember
be with you?
When they announced Multiverse of Madness, I was on my family beach trip and we were literally, do you remember this? This is years ago. This is like our 4th episode of Bombadcast. We talked about Bombad video games or Star Wars video games.
Right.
And they announced it that weekend. So here we are, literally almost 3 years later, and we're finally sitting in theaters, a pandemic later. No Star Wars celebration until a couple of weeks from now. Like, it's insane. It's insane.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys are going to be able to see us, touch us in a dark corner where the guards can't see you.
See you? Nope, can't do that.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We will be charging for hugs back in the alley behind the convention center. So go ahead and find us for back alley hugs. So,
yes, of course. And
that's your thing.
And maybe spleen surgeries. So Jerry's a professional. Yeah, he's a professional in dry shaving.
I have a tub full of ice. So
we're gonna be dry shaving some
full on dry shaving. I'm the best at it.
We love dry shaving.
Gotta love it. That's how I maintain this.
We just off the rails already. It's only been 4 minutes. Oh, y'all.
This is live, but
it's not live.
Live on May the 4th.
Different for us. We haven't had to do a recorded episode in so long. I don't think we remember how to do it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well,
I think we're bad.
Our Bombad energy is bubbling forth, so it's hard to contain it. And that's
what we usually got to chat
here for. You don't come here for tight knit like sloppy Joe, like an unsloppy Joe. You come here for unhinged, like you come here for like Hot Dog Rick and like all this, like all kinds of. I sound like I just made something up from like Rick and Morty, but like if you're a Bombad fan, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I thought we agreed.
This is your first episode.
No.
I know we did. I'm sorry, I kind of went off the script. Sorry. Oh, let's get the giggles out. We never record. Also, look at shirt came in. I didn't show you this yet. You know, Sticker Mule has a $10 shirt deal with any print you want on it, and you're gonna die laughing. I should have showed you this before because this is gonna be something I rock probably after a celebration event. Hold on. Are you ready for this?
Hold on. Oh, that, my friend. That is pure deliciousness. Look, just put that up again, like, because that you were like, it's like gonna be like bad quality or something, but that's not that bad.
No, I thought it was.
That's a hell of a shirt. Quality. That's nice. Look at that. Look at that. Like, I want one of those now. That's not my thing. You know,
no, it's not your thing.
No, it's not my thing.
Oh, Jerry, we went off the rails. I'm sorry, listeners and viewers of the show right now. We went off the rails. I wanted to bring up our May the 4th plans, and I kind of deviated from that. Jerry gave his. He said the gallery. That's going to be a must-watch for the Book of Boba Fett. I also need to say this. They are releasing a Skywalker sound documentary. Yes,
really?
Through Apple. Yes. So
like on Apple TV or just...
I think so. I don't know much about it, but they had been teasing it, and I'm like, oh my God, let's see that. You know, like I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So anything BTS is fun. But let's get into our predictions. Obviously, this is going to drop really early in the morning on May the 4th. I want to know what you think they could give us. I mean, we're due for a lot of things. 2 things in particular, and I don't know which is more likely. Usually Lucasfilm likes to push their stuff. You know, the immediate next thing. They usually don't do the teases for anything down the line anymore. So what do you think between these 2 things? Are you thinking Kenobi trailer or Bad Batch trailer?
I think
because Bad Batch premiered on May 4th last year. So keep that in mind. What do you think?
Well, I don't know, because like we know that they're gonna have like a Bad Batch panel at Celebration and stuff. So I mean, they could they might save the trailer for that. Like hold on. Well, Scotty, they dropped a Kenobi trailer, a second Kenobi trailer.
No way.
Yes. Listen, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it not live, but like pre-recorded. Here we go. Holy crap!
No
Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Jar Jar's gonna be a Kenobi.
Yeah. I hope he's gonna fart. Like a big one. Like a big one. Yeah.
Let's do our best impression of that.
Okay, you go first. Hold on. We gotta pull it up big screen.
That's my best one.
Okay. Hold on.
Let's use it. Here we go. You got the mouth. The mouth is perfect. Look at that. Wow. Happy May the 4th, everyone.
Happy May the 4th.
Happy May the 4th.
Here we are.
So, for real though.
Yeah, for real though.
You think Kenobi trailer? Something?
You know, I think we might get a tidbit from Kenobi, you know? I think they're going to play things really close to the vest. I think people might be a little disappointed this year. This is my prediction. I don't think they're going to drop anything huge, but I'm happy to be wrong because what they've had a couple of years and a lot of stuff coming up. I think they're saving a lot of the big, meaty chunks for Celebration at the end of the month.
That would make sense.
But they might have so much, you know, that we'll let a little thing out here. We'll open the gate a little. And we'll let a little Andor tease. We'll let
ooh,
this or that, something or here's a sizzler reel of some things really quick, choo.
God, that'd be great. Logo,
or even something that they didn't use that unused trailer for Rogue One where it's the TIE fighters flying over the jungle that they used for Solo later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but have something that they've just made hey, here,
Yeah.
I don't know, like a pre-celebration teaser or something. I don't know.
We might get a celebration hype video, which would make me cry my eyes out, number one, because we've needed this before. The last celebration we went to, we were just literally, you could say acquaintances at best. And here we are now. Gerry's gonna literally be officiating my wedding this year. Like that, that's a reality. Like, you know, and we've grown so much as friends and as creators, and I'm so excited. They drop a trailer and they show me crying in the trailer, I wouldn't be surprised. But also, if they have, you know, like just a really hype video, like that would just be, that'd be incredible. I would be so happy because that's how you sell the last couple of days of tickets that they still have, you know, up. Like Thursday and I think it was Friday and Saturday, Sunday, the only ones left. So like just it's so awesome.
What if we did they announce all the things that came out? Like, did they announce the what is it, Star Wars biomes? Did they announce that, or did it just drop?
I think
because you could get
dropped.
you could get a second season of biomes or a second episode. Like that. Excuse me.
I like that.
And the ships and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
It would be pretty cool.
The ship fly-throughs. Those were good ones too. You're right. Those were good ones. Man, I can tell you this much. There was a time before May the 4th, and everyone remembers that time. It really wasn't celebrated till like 2016, 2017. It really wasn't a thing for a long time.
It was like a very niche thing.
Very niche. But now literally I've got kids coming up to me, what are you doing for Star Wars Day tomorrow? My students. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I guess I got to do something. Like, I got to do something with this now, you know? But like, I guess it all comes down to the fact that like, it's a celebrated day. I mean, people have asked probably, you know, it's something we see on social medias. And I've seen the meme that's hilarious. It's like, you know, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old. It's a picture of Cassian and it's talking about, you know, Star Wars Day tomorrow. And it's like everyone else. And then us, it's like, I've been in the fight since I was 6 years old. I was like,
right.
It's amazing.
Well, if I can't look, so again, because today is May the 4th, right?
Yes.
But I can share with you something that I did with my Padawan, my young Padawan. Because you know she's not going to be here for Star Wars Day, so I told her like, hey, you know what tomorrow is? It's Star Wars Day. So when you go to school, you can say May the 4th be with you. And she was like, oh, okay. We went and found her BB-8 in her room that she's got. She's got a BB-8 that like, you know, is like life size basically for her. You can push the top and it like makes the noises.
Oh, I love that one. The big
it's got it's got the thumbs up.
Yes.
You know what she did with that? She took it and she laid it down because we watched Attack of the Clones the last week and she was there and she's like, look, he's screwing stuff in like he did in that movie. And I'm like,
whoa,
she gets it. You know what we did? Because she was so into BB-8. I was like, you know what? I'm going to show her the beginning of The Last Jedi, which a lot of people don't think.
Oh,
Let me tell you, we had to go. I had to like, it's time to go back to your mom's, you know?
Yeah.
She did not want to leave. She's like, I want to stay here and watch this. I'm like, for one thing, this it's not going to go the way you think. I was Luke Skywalker. I'm like, you
were telling her.
But I told her, I said, look, there's because Leia's in the beginning, you know, and Poe, and she was laughing and like excited, and like, oh, are those people dying? Oh no, like she was all enthralled, but like not like scared, like really like, you know, like into it, like, oh yeah, go. Yeah. But I told her, I said, that's Leia, that's Princess Leia when, you know, Carrie was on screen, and she goes, oh, she's old. I said, yeah, baby, this takes place later, and it was just like, it was just such a cool experience.
Wow.
That's right now. That's my May the 4th plan. That's like something that like is going to stick out with me for this Star Wars Day is that my baby watched the beginning of Last Jedi and was like, this is really cool. I really like this. You know?
Dude, that's beautiful.
It's so awesome.
I love hearing that.
And I let her pick out a t-shirt, Scotty. We have several Star Wars t-shirts at Dad's house. Like, you want to take a Star Wars t-shirt to wear to school tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know which one she picked?
What?
Show us your shirt right there, Scotty. Show us your shirt.
No.
She picked the Bombadcast t-shirt. No, show us your shirt. My friend. She picked her Bombadcast t-shirt because it had her daddy on it, for one thing. That's what she said. She said, I want this one because so I can think of you. I'm like, oh, you're like, I'm going to like cry.
That's amazing.
It was so sweet. And like, I sent her back and like, you know, it's also mommy muffins with mommy at school tomorrow, so I didn't want to. I was afraid I kind of overshadowed muffins with mommy.
Sure, a little bit,
but muffins with mommy's gonna have a little bit of daddy. on the t-shirt. And Star Wars. It's gonna have a Star Wars. So anyway, it was so good. And that's what Star Wars Day is all about, though, right?
You're right.
Not having your child be a walking billboard for your content. But sharing it with the next generation right. It doesn't. It definitely doesn't. Get some of them 5-year-olds, some of them 5-year-olds clicking, I'll keep it clean. I've been keeping it clean this whole time so we could share this more,
I'm impressed.
Yes, thank you.
Really.
Thank you. I'm keeping in I'm tightening my parents would be proud.
Yes.
But anyway, man, but that's to get a little serious. That's what Star Wars is all about, right? That's what we do. Look, Star Wars is for everyone.
Yep.
Star Wars is something that it spans so many genres. It spans so much, so many feelings, even.
Of course.
And it's something to share with the next generation, but it's also something to share with the people you love.
Of course.
Think about certain things found family and coming together for a good cause and things. And that's just, that is what this day is all about. Okay.
And
that's what Star Wars Day is about.
If someone acknowledges it to me, it's like you get it. It's almost like a greeting in its own weird way. I'm gonna have a bunch of kids say, "May the Fourth be with you," and they'll say things like that, and it's acknowledging something that maybe they're not aware of. They know it's important to some people. Some kids will make a joke out of it. Other kids will see it as this is something my teacher likes, or this is something that, this is something that people like. And I'm sure my dad will text me. I'm sure, maybe my uncle, and I'm going to text Troy today as well, because
my mom
it's his birthday.
Me.
Yeah. It's just, it's kind of cool that
so the
Star
second
Wars
birthday,
fans, of course, have their own day. It's nice to have that. But in terms of celebrating it, it should be a day to celebrate. We've got so much coming around the corner. And that was kind of my next question is out of everything we've got coming, Gerry, what truly are you man, I'm set. I can't wait. We're getting this. So, is there anything in particular that you're pumped for right now?
Out of the things that we're getting, I mean, not to sound like vanilla and stuff, but look, it is what it is. I'm very vanilla with my tastes, and frankly, Kenobi. It's Kenobi.
That's unreal. I was watching
Kenobi. So I can't believe we're getting that, man.
No, and get this. You should really, maybe even today, all of you, just watch Revenge of the Sith, and this is literally what happened to me. I made a tweet about it too. So I'm not kidding. I watched Revenge of the Sith. It would be 2 nights ago as of the recording,
right?
And literally in tears at the very end, because I realized that a story that I thought was once over, and as a 9-year-old kid or a 10-year-old kid, when you watch Revenge of the Sith, you should leave learning something. But when I saw it in theaters, and when you saw it in theaters, when you were
I just graduated high school. I just graduated. It was literally my graduation present was tickets for me and my best friend to the movie.
So that being said, literally, Gerry, I watched it. I remember being 10. You remember being 18, watching this thing and going and to yourself going, this is the last time I get to see this for the first time.
Yes.
This is it. This is the last time I'll be in a theater. Yes. And I remember feeling the same. I was so young and I had these really complex thoughts. I don't get to experience this again for the rest of my life. And I need to really take this in. I saw it in theaters 3 times. And as a 10-year-old,
that's a lot.
That you had to ask parents to bring you to that. You didn't get dropped off that little. You know what I mean? That wasn't something you spent the whole day doing. That was Dad, take me, Mom, take me, Aunt, take me. I want to see this again and again and again. And dude, I was in tears by the time they showed Vader on the bow of that Star Destroyer on the bridge. I'm sorry, the bridge of the Star Destroyer. I was in tears when they showed Padme dead. I was in tears when they showed Brea and Bail with Leia. I was in tears when they showed obviously Owen and Beru holding Luke and looking off the sunset. I wasn't in tears
at the dual sunset.
Yes, I wasn't in tears because of how much it meant to me now. I was in tears because how much it meant to me then. And of course, what we're getting and within 3 weeks is a literal continuation of those stories with those same faces. And Gerry,
oh my gosh,
who would have ever thought? Like, this is our TFA, man. This is our Force Awakens right now.
It kind of is. You're making me tear up.
But dude, it's like so surreal.
No,
like,
for real. For real.
We sat there thinking it was done. And not only is it not done, we've gotten amazing content with the sequel trilogy, with The Mandalorian, with the Book of Boba Fett, with Resistance, Clone Wars. I mean, all these amazing shows. But we get Kenobi. I'm beside myself. Unbelievable.
Honestly, something I never thought we'd get because like of the hate that like the prequels got, and you got like
yes,
it gives me hope for even the sequels because like they got some. I think they kind of took the brunt because of the way social media works now. And also you know, they were like, you know, people of color and also women and, you know, things like that, you know, and it was,
of course.
And there's a lot of racist poop heads out there.
Yes,
I will say, because I'm trying to keep it PG.
Yes. But part of it now is like you get to take in all this stuff again, right? And you can take it in a different light. And this show is going to forever change how we watch A New Hope, how we watch Revenge of the Sith. And how cool is that? You get to see a movie that you grew up loving in new lights, like Rogue One did for A New Hope. It didn't do so much emotionally for me, but in terms of story, now we get a full story leading up to that, right? And like Charlie Ashby, a friend of the show, said his favorite trilogy, which is a great response. He says his favorite trilogy is Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, and A New Hope. And I'm like, that is now, you know, it could change. It could literally be Revenge of the Sith, Kenobi, A New Hope. Like you can have that perspective. So there's so much to celebrate.
Dude, it's like it's gonna have a ripple effect through the entire saga, my friend.
Yes.
Back to one, like episode 1, back to Phantom Menace to all the way to Rise of Skywalker, my friend.
Yep.
It's going to echo the whole way. It's
amazing.
Insane. It's insane. Hayden is back. Ewan is back.
I'm sure there's some secrets. I'm sure there's some other. I'm sure Ian McDermott. Like I'm just positive. Maybe even Natalie Portman. Like I'm sure they're gonna do something to where they can. They want to give us. They obviously as fans we've been asking for something like this since the beginning. Like when the acquisition happened in 2012, they announced 3 big things. They announced a park. They announced a sequel trilogy. And they announced anthology movies. But now they took that anthology movie idea, made it a show. And let's be real, the show format works so much better. It's so longer,
you can
better,
so much.
Oh, it's so good.
That's why we've gotten Cobb Vanth, Cad Bane. I mean, like Luke. Who else? Like we've gotten Pikes. We've gotten like so much. There's so much they're just stuffing in there just for us. For us. My parents don't know who Cad Bane is, but they were like, ooh, I hate that guy. I'm like, yeah, right? He's a bastard. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, it's great. It's great. That's what we're celebrating. That's why this day exists.
Exactly.
That's why I made this thumbnail. Look at this. Celebrate the things you love. Don't take it down. Stay Bombad all the way, right?
Celebrate Hyperfocus. Celebrate Bombad Gaming. Celebrate Bahu Blast and stay Bombad, please.
And Ices. Ices. Now that we're in our feelings. Have an icy today. Now that we're in our feelings, Jerry, I want to bring this up. Okay. So we have this big thing we always ask our guests, no matter who the guest is. It's best, favorite, and most fun. We've been doing that since our first episode, okay, which is pretty wild to say.
It's
as of almost 3 years ago. This list probably has changed. This does not just limit itself to movies. It also can branch out to shows, books, comics, you name it, spinoffs. It could be a Simpson episode of Star Wars. I mean, you name it. It could be anything. So I wanted to ask you, as of right now, as of May the 4th, 2022, before we get Kenobi, before we get Andor, before we get any of the new movies, Rogue Squad, anything, right? New video games too. Any of it. What is your best, favorite, most fun, Jerry? And we can always swap. We can do best first if we still want to go down that route. What do you think?
If you want to try, you know, because like, we love to talk. But gosh, man, if I had to go best right now, like it's hard for me to like stick because like there's episodes of shows It's hard for me to pick an entire show, like, because the whole universe is really cool. But if I had to pick something that is the best, what I think is the best piece of Star Wars probably available right now. Oh man.
I know mine.
I think I'm gonna okay. I think I'm gonna flip my script a little bit. I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna turn some troll heads and say The Last Jedi is the best.
Yeah,
living
at this moment in your life
right now. In this moment in my life. Too, and I've had it as my favorite, but I think I want to do something a little different for favorite, which we might correspond on some of these. We'll have to see. But,
sure,
Scotty, what's your best?
Well, wait, I want to talk about yours for 1 second. I understand why.
I'm fine with that.
What it means to you personally. We've talked about this off air and on air several times. And honestly, The Last Jedi for movies is the best to me. But the best Star Wars right now for me, the one I've actually gone back and rewatched because I didn't realize how much it affected me on a teacher level, on a career level, on a spiritual level, on a personal level, on a Star Wars level, was Chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett. When we got Din Djarin, Ahsoka, Luke, and Grogu, and you got everything. And by the way, we're going to see some cool stuff from that episode in today's episode of the gallery. It's already kind of been put out there
a little bit
with Mark Hamill. But I want to say this.
Mark Hamill in front of those fake legs. Like that are
whatever that might be his real legs.
That might be his real might be. Dude, that dude is flexible. I bet he's more flexible than people think. Like Mark Hamill is a beast. All right.
I will say, watching Chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett recently, I made a tweet that got super successful that like we need to appreciate this moment. We got Luke and Ahsoka talking about Anakin. Like appreciate that. We in that episode, we got Yoda's lightsaber. We got a flashback to the Clone Wars. It honored the sequel trilogy with Luke's Jedi Temple. Like that whole episode, directed by Dave, by the way. I think it might have been written by Favs. I don't know. All I can tell you is watching that episode for the first time was so unbelievable. The second time I got to soak it in, and as of recently, I watched it 2 times. Probably watched this episode 4 times in total, and it's just, it's like, it's so incredibly Star Wars, but also it's incredibly thematic. And Dave got to do it, and it's like you've got all these characters you never thought would interact. 2 new characters that didn't exist. You know, Grogu and Mando. You've got just so much in a story that I never knew I needed. And it was perfect for the Book of Boba Fett because everyone's lives have been affected by that character. And you see these characters joining in. And I don't know, man. I could talk about that episode forever. Like I really could because it hit on so many subtextual, on so many subconscious levels. It hits you in ways that you just didn't expect it to. Just like TLJ does, man. That movie, when I will watch that movie, and it's one of those ones you can't just put on. You got to watch it, you know? Yeah. That one hits you on so many levels too, right? It's just, that's why it's the best. That's to me why it's the best. It's TLJ and Chapter 6 of Book of Boba Fett. They're just perfect. They're perfect movies.
They're right there. They're right there.
Star Wars. It's amazing.
It's I can't believe we're getting this stuff, you know?
I know. Shocking.
Very shocking. You know what's more shocking?
Here we go.
My favorite, Chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett.
Shut up! No way.
I love everything in it. It's got Cobb Vanth, which I love. It's got Cad Bane's appearance, which I like him a little more in the next episode. But it's and maybe I should put this as most fun. But like since you like, I'm putting it at favorite right now.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because there's so much. And I mean, I rewatched it with my parents when they were up at the end of March.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. And my dad, I remember the first time he saw Luke in The Mandalorian at the end of season 2. I was watching over FaceTime with them, and my dad goes, "That's Luke. That's Luke."
That's
like
so
he was
cool.
like his mind was blown. And like at this, even they were like, this is so cool, you know, and like you've got all the again, the building of the temple, the fact that you get Ahsoka and Luke in the same thing. She tells him, you're so much like your father.
Oh,
chills.
Incredible.
Chills.
Incredible.
And I mean, again, going back to Freetown, that they call it Freetown now, which is from the Chuck Wendig novel and everything, which again, it kind of messes with it a little bit. Like we call it Freetown now, but it's like they could have like, listen, stop
always
calling this. We've always kind of called it this. But now we're like being official. I'm just waiting for Malakili and the baby hut to walk out in the next season and go like, does anyone want to help me with Rada?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But no, like you've already said everything. Like it's incredible. It's like I couldn't believe that we got Yoda's lightsaber. We got,
of course,
the flashback of Order 66. Like that whole thing was just like a fever dream. Waking up at 3 in the effing morning. Before work, so I could watch that, so I wouldn't get spoiled.
So I couldn't focus.
I thought I dreamed it. I dreamed it.
I know it was one of those where like you're like it couldn't, like how could this have happened? And like R2 is the like introduces it, and like your brain, you're hyping. Oh my god, I'm gonna see Luke. And before you see Din and Luke talking, you see Ahsoka and Din talking, and that just implies that they've been there. Like Ahsoka has been there, and I'm like, oh my god, like. Your brain is literally trying to process.
Like the first meeting's already happened. Like,
yes, as a very passionate Star Wars fan who pays attention to everything, your brain's trying to process all of this, and you're like, it's so hard to. But now that we've gotten it for a while, you can, you can take it in. You can enjoy it.
Do you think we're gonna get like her meeting with Luke and Leia in the Ahsoka series? Maybe.
Unreal.
Puddle on the floor. I'm a puddle on the floor.
Pulled that off, or if Rosario Dawson's in Kenobi in any fashion, like just I know, like
Scotty,
what? Like I know.
Because I'm already thinking they're gonna do like a flashback to the Clone Wars, and
I know. Telling you, I know. It's
anything's
beautiful.
Possible, and that's what I loved about this last season of Book of Boba Fett. Because like I felt it already with Cobb Vanth coming in. But especially with that episode of Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 6, and then, like those last 3 chapters, honestly, are like just boom, boom, boom. Anything is seriously possible. Anything is possible. We're bringing things in from the books. We're bringing things in from the comics. Black Chrysanthemum was in that effing show. Come on. That was the first, like, I fell out of my chair. I think I screamed,
unbelievable.
Like I cursed really loudly at 3 in the morning when I watched Black Chrysanthemum walk around the huts. But like,
unreal.
Just so insane. But Scotty,
perfect.
What? Yeah, for real. So that's my favorite right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's most fun for you, Scotty? Or what's your favorite?
My favorite is still, and I have an image of Rick McCallum in the back. It's hard to see. But the Phantom Menace, it's just
it's fantastic.
I rewatched it. So I rewatched the Phantom Menace in like February, March. I watched Attack of the Clones, and then I happened to watch Revenge of the Sith like this week. So I'm like I'm in a prequel mode, obviously. But man, the Phantom Menace just does it for me. And unlike a Star Wars doesn't have to be held to a certain standard. Star Wars does not have to be held to a certain construct way. Like, I've listened to a lot of podcasts with the Phantom Menace. We've done a lot of podcasts with the Phantom Menace. But the thing is, I can still watch that movie and still get a lot out of it. So it's the one I put on. It's the most casual. It's the one Katie likes watching because it's almost so ridiculous in the best way possible. Like, there's some things that are just so unbelievably quotable. Like, literally, anytime Katie and I see something that's like questionable, I always go, "My lord, is that legal?" It's like a part of my relationship now with her, and it always makes me laugh because she'll hit, we'll see someone like, changing a tire, but like in the middle of a road instead of like off the side of the road, and I'm like, "My lord, is that legal?" Like it's like it's just, you could just take things from those movies and enjoy them in the best way possible. And like, I don't know, the movie does get a lot of, interesting takes, but I always leave just happier than I was before after watching the movie. So it's my favorite. It just is.
Yeah.
And I know it was on your list for the longest time that it was your favorite. So And it's okay to fluctuate, right? We bond with these things differently. Oh, yes. Here we go. God bless. I know what you're going to say. Say it. I know what you're going to say.
Most fun is the Phantom Menace. Because you can put that thing on anytime. And just do whatever. But you can also get sucked in. Also, I just watched it with my kiddo like, a month ago or something. Like we just watched Attack of the Clones, like I was saying earlier. And she loved that one. And I want to give a little love to Attack of the Clones because that movie has grown on me so
20 years.
And 20 it's 20 years coming up.
While we're at the convention.
Happy 20th birthday, Attack of the Clones. I'm excited to have a cup of Jawa juice with you all at Celebration. Buy us a cup of Jawa juice. Just go ahead. Buy us a cup of Jawa juice. Everyone always thinks that it's like alcoholic. It's like 10 in the effing morning on Coruscant when he goes there.
Hey, Obi-Wan's
it's either a coffee drink. It's a coffee drink, or it's like, here's like it's like the Hawaiian punch of the Star Wars universe, which you could put a little you could put a little spatchka in there, just like make a little cocktail,
Of course.
But anyway, but Phantom Menace, man, my kiddo was like up and running around for the pod race and stuff. And I mean, like, it's just, there's so many, and I know people are like, oh, the politics, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my kid was 4 when she watched it and she turned 5 very quickly after, but it was fine. She was there.
Yeah.
She was,
of course,
zeroed in. And I'll tell you, it's a lot of it's because of Jar Jar. A lot of it is because of, the pod race. And just Queen Amidala and all this. There's so much to grasp onto as a young child.
Of course.
Despite, I think a lot of you are just like upset that it wasn't the Star Wars from your youth.
No.
I think there's a lot for a kid to grab onto in there. Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like
all of it.
Padawan braids, everything.
Well, the other thing too is the battle.
Morphle
up. I think the greatest thing with the Phantom Menace is the finale. I mean, you've got a extremely fun finale. You've got a kid flying what's like pretty much like a fighter pilot, right? You're fighting a starfighter that you accidentally breached, into a command ship, and you end up saving the day as that kid. You've got kind of like a cat and mouse of Padme and Panaka going through the Naboo castle, or I guess
cool
the
grappling hook
capital.
Thing. I love grappling hooks as a kid.
So B movie. It's such a B movie thing. It's such a
Batman.
Yeah, it's so Batman.
I was a big Batman fan back in that day too.
Of course. And then you've got the ground battle with the, essentially the natives versus the hyper technical, the actual droid army. It's so unbelievable. Then you've got one of the greatest duels of all time, the Duel of the Fates. So how do you not watch that movie and not feel like this is fun? I truly can't see it. And I'm not trying to gatekeep, but when you watch a movie like that, I don't know how you don't go, this is this is fun. This is ridiculous. This is over the top. The music's great. The moment is great. It's hard not to enjoy yourself with that movie. It's just impossible for someone like me. I can't understand why people don't.
I'm with you, and there's a lot of meat on that bone if you're willing to and I think on this side of everything with so much stuff coming out, I think people can rewatch these things and go,
sure,
oh, wow, okay, there's a lot to love here. There's a lot to love here, and I think that'll happen with the sequels. I think that will happen with that. That's going to happen eventually with everything. Eventually, we're going to get so far removed from all this stuff that it's going to be like, oh man, remember like Rise of Skywalker, remember Last Jedi?
How special
man, those are actually pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
Which Last Jedi is actually good,
Yeah.
I like Rise of Skywalker too. But I will say too, last night, because it's May the 4th, on the way to drop Ella off, we listened to The Beginning, or A Saga Begins by Weird Al. She loved it. She heard when he said met Jar Jar and Boss Nass, she went laughed out loud. When he said Jar Jar and Boss Nass, she goes, Jar Jar and Boss Nass. I was like, you remember Boss Nass? She goes, yeah. And I was like, yeah. The guy goes, it's like, yeah. It's so
Jerry,
fun.
show him your shirt. Star Wars, regardless of who you are, is for literally everyone.
Let me try to get away from the microphone here. Here we go.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
That's what May the 4th's all about, man.
Exactly.
That's a good most fun. Mine deviates from the like storytelling aspect. Most fun right now is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
Ooh,
that has been a absolute blast to play. You know what's funny?
So fun.
I was laying in bed playing the Revenge of the Sith storyline, and that's when I had that realization in bed. I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna put Revenge of the Sith on right now. Like it can lead you to wanting to do that. So I played through the first mission, and I'm like, this is a blast. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to play, I want to watch. So it led me to making that choice. And like for anyone that hasn't gotten it yet, save up your change, make it a priority.
Grab those quarters, kids.
And if you're a big Star Wars fan, there is nothing better than when you can watch a well-done parody of Star Wars, right? And a lot of it honors, parts of the story. Like the most craziest thing, and I'm going to give it away here. It's one of the first big deaths. It's when Qui-Gon dies. And did you play through the Phantom Menace yet, Jerry?
Yeah. I played through the whole thing. I breezed through like the saga and just I've been doing the free play.
Cool. I've literally gotten to the prequels, so I need to do originals and sequels. So I'm taking my time. I'm taking a long time playing it. This weekend I'll probably play a good bit. But the reason I say that is when you kill Darth Maul, obviously he gets half, right? And then his half comes up with a lightsaber, okay? And then he kills Qui-Gon, which is so unexpected. Literally, I was shocked. I'm like, how do you make this death even more shocking? You do that. And then literally chops his head off, okay? And then his head comes back with the lightsaber in his mouth.
In his teeth.
And then he pushes him off, kicks him off.
Well, he kicks him, and he goes through the hoop on the back of the wall.
Yes! I was like, what just happened? This is insane. So, I mean,
so good.
That's fun. Make it fun for me. Tell me a different story. Get through the narrative. I want to laugh. I want to enjoy it. And these Lego games are perfect for that.
Absolutely
perfect for that, man.
Absolutely.
And that's why I love, being a part of this fandom. That's why I love talking to you about it. That's why I love doing these little episodes. And for a lot of our listeners, this is going to be a complete surprise. Some people love watching us live. So I'm happy to be doing something like this. As a little gift.
I don't think we've said
like Star Wars
anything about dropping anything today, and so this is going to be a huge surprise.
It's going to be kind of cool. So we never do this.
We're excited.
So that being
this is almost a full-blown episode at this point. Just saying.
Pretty much. We didn't expect. We had planned for a 15-minute episode at first. Then I said 30-minute, and now we're going on to 44 minutes.
Full Bombadcast fashion.
Full Bombad. But that being said, Jerry, I want to bring up one of our big mantras here. Obviously, we have our own respective shows. This brand and this podcast has grown so much more than any of us expected, including, and I'm going to just plug it real quick, we do have a Kenobi recap show that's coming out live from Celebration about the first 2 episodes, and then the rest of them are going to be just like the same exact format, but live on Thursday nights. But it's called EOP Vision. Jerry came up with the name. We had a fun time with the thumbnail.
Yes, praise me.
We're going to get some guests planned for that. We got some things going on in the background of that. But I wanted to bring this up. Obviously, you got Hyperfocus, Bombad Gaming, and the main show you're listening to and watching right now. But we've got this mantra that we've developed for the past couple of years. And it's really kind of weird, man. I've seen more and more people, obviously use it like as a hashtag, as a way to even just like jokingly end conversations. Like when I talk to my buddy Eric on the phone, we always end with "Stay Bombad," it is because it's something that we know what it means. It's special to us. And now on Fridays, when my kids leave for the their weekend, they leave the class and I don't see them till Monday, I always yell "Stay Bombad." So now, and I sent Jerry a video, I've got my students saying it to me. And kids are kids. They could be mocking it, and I'm sure they are behind my back. But I love that, right? They're making a memory with that.
It seems like it's so much out of love. It seems like it's so much out of love, especially from the video that you showed me. Seriously.
If it's not, it's still funny. It's still
they're hiding it
surreal. Yes, it's still surreal that something we developed, something that you made, Jerry, has grown to be
a brand we made.
I will say this. I'm going to pull the button back up again. I put a tweet out, and these people aren't Bombadcast fans, but some probably are. But I put a tweet out of this saying we've got Stay Bombad buttons, and I had people saying, can you mail that to me? Tons. Is there any way we can meet up at Celebration? Give me a button. So I went out of my way. I ordered 100 more buttons so we wouldn't run out. We had people from Lucasfilm saying, hey, we want a button. And like, I guess it's just such a clever phrase.
Yeah.
But I never thought it would lead to the point of being a full-blown discussion, being a full-blown thing.
It sticks in your head. It's so,
yes.
And it can mean so many things. It can mean like you said, like we did that one episode a couple years back, like our first anniversary or something. We're like,
1 year.
Everyone like, what does Stay Bombad mean to you? And I was it was so heartwarming hearing the responses of people, especially about a show where we talk about Eobi farts, where it's like, it means being kind to everyone. It means like, treating everyone with respect and everything, which is something that I am very proud that we've created an atmosphere.
Of course.
Where we've been told many times, people from every walk of life, no matter who you are, no matter, male, female, non-binary, whatever you are, you feel safe. And that to me is the most important thing. And again, Star Wars is for everyone. Everyone deserves to see themselves in that medium.
I agree.
And I'm happy that we've created a space where people feel safe, where they can stay Bombad, and that's what that means.
And it's a positive thing. We never used it negatively. I even used it in some ways as a diss. Like, stay Bombad. Don't make it a worry. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a Kuna
Keeping
Matata.
those burning coals on the head.
Everything that you interpret it as, just know that it's personal to you and it's personal to us. It's just like a Star Wars movie. Whatever you put into that word, you get out of it, right? I mean, Pete over here making one of the greatest borders of all time for us knew that we wanted to stay Bombad with the box. And like, this within itself means something in a really weird way. And it's blockbuster. It harkens back to like, it harkens back to like a time where this could have existed in Star Wars. Maybe it will one day. If I swear to God, Jerry, we'll know when we make it. If it's used in if it's used in a comic, I will cry. If it's used in a show or an anime, I don't even know what I would do with myself if it had gotten that far. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if it ever gets that far. I'm not getting my hopes up. But saying, you never know. Never know. But all that being said, we've also got a new button as well we're giving out at Celebration, and I'll mail it to anyone that wants it.
There we go.
Stay Bombad Bahu Blast logo. So
Look
cool.
at that.
So cool.
Yes.
People on Fiverr.
It's man, it's gonna be like, listen, my father, again, 60 in his 60s, straight white male, doesn't know how to say Baja. It's great. I love him to pieces. He's a great guy. I'm gonna have this inscribed on his tombstone. But or etched on his urn. I think let's be honest, he's a burial guy. We're just gonna say he's basic like me. He's a burial guy.
That's amazing.
But like, he's not like, you know what? I want you to put me in one of those seed pods so a tree can grow from my remains. No,
that'll be me.
Like, put me in a wooden box and bury me in the ground.
That's
that's what we want.
God, that's funny. But dude, it's like no. You take a phrase like that and you can enjoy it in any way possible. And like, I don't know. I don't want to harp on it, but like, it means so much to me now, way more than it ever meant. And it used to be just a silly little tagline. And like, I'm going to play a clip if you don't mind. It's kind of like a 10-second clip, but it's the Japanese Bombadcast ad. And to hear someone say it in a different language is hilarious, but it's part of it. What do you want to say?
Well, I was going to say is look, stay Bombad, and then we'll play this clip. It's our May the Force be with you.
Yes.
Not to sound too pretentious. I hope that doesn't sound too pretentious, but it is that's our May the Force be with you, of like our rebellion is stay Bombad. Okay. Hey, stay Bombad out there.
That's right.
But anyway, but like, to hear it in another language is wild. It's wild.
Means to stay Bombad.
I love it.
Like it just
means stay Bombad.
But this means stay
Bombad.
It's just
this means stay Bombad. Like, I mean, come on.
That definitely does. That, if anything, definitely means stay Bombad. Look, even something as funny as this. Like, what?
Yes.
Why? How? Like, even as far as like,
it just does.
It just does. So I want to play this clip. It's one of my favorite videos we ever got made. It's a Japanese ad we had made this past year, and you can hear someone say "Stay Bombad" in Japanese.
こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホストスコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルに Stay Bombad を楽しんで覚えておいてください。
Always makes me laugh. It's just so ridiculous.
Stay Bombad. Yes.
Oh, dude. Well, we've come into a close. A mini episode of the Bombadcast that actually turned into being a full surprise episode of the Bombadcast.
Full blown. You're welcome. You get 2 this week, kiddos. For those of you who aren't seeing Multiverse of Madness tomorrow, you can watch this and skip the live stream and watch it after you've watched Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Okay.
That's smart.
You're welcome.
You're
welcome,
thinking
babies.
It through.
You're welcome, baby birds. I haven't done that in forever. You're welcome, baby birds. Let me regurgitate this content into your mouths.
That's nice. Yeah.
You're welcome.
That was pretty good.
That was some ASMR right there.
It's a lot like this.
Okay. And how do you feel about that? Okay. I can't believe that was so long ago that my hair grew so long after that clip, and I've cut it back to the same exact length that it was in that clip. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But it was very long ago.
Great. Yeah, it was. It was like a minute. It's been a while.
It's like anyway.
So to kind of round this whole thing out, I'm happy to say that, we've got some big plans for Celebration. We'll reveal those once we get a little bit closer. Multiverse of Madness tomorrow. We're gonna have a review episode of that. I hope we leave just unbelievably shocked.
I heard that it's like I heard that it's a 100% a Sam Raimi movie, which makes me excited.
Yes.
I've heard that it's a horror movie, but this is May the 4th.
Yes,
we're not talking about Multiverse of Madness.
No, but we can look forward to it. So we've got that. We also got some interesting developments on the line with a toy company. I won't get into that yet. There's something very strange going on in our emails
in the neighborhood. It's not Ghostbusters related.
We can't neither confirm nor deny that it's happening because it's still in early development, but take that what you will. We also obviously have a hype episode coming up right before Celebration, that Thursday before. Then we're going to have a live from Star Wars Celebration with our professional, we get it, live broadcast microphone.
Look at that.
It's wireless.
It's going to be me and Scotty on both sides of it, like with our hands, like alternated or something.
I'm gonna do this.
No,
man, I'm pumped.
Get ready, you're gonna love it.
Gonna have
a lot of special guests, a lot of our fun friends. You guys may or may not love. We don't care. They're gonna be on.
That's right. Gerry, I think we should both say "Stay Bombad." We haven't done that in a long time because it's actually gonna be a little off. That's okay. How about I say "Stay" and you say "Bombad," and then we'll roll our favorite outro clip, which is gonna officially be our outro from here on out. We had made a credit scene. We had plugs at the end of it. Just like, subscribe.
Scotty just doesn't want to change. Scotty doesn't want to change the information on there. It's the wrong day and everything.
I actually deleted it. I said no, I'm done. I don't feel like it's not even there anymore. So
all right.
So happy May the 4th. We love you all. Thank you for listening. Gerry,
love you, Bombad babies.
Can you give us a good stay, and I'll give us a good Bombad?
Stay
Bombad.
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Chucky. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share.
What is it? Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A soundless disregard, a broken bottle top,
and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
oh yeah.
I'm asking him to change his ways. Come on,
No message could have been any clearer.
if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah.
I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Time for us to take a break, but we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.
Jared lost to me in trivia. Happy May the 4th.